Well, so most of the clients who contact us are looking to set up a subsidiary in Vietnam. So it's the first possibility to register a business in Vietnam by setting up a subsidiary of a foreign company, or alternatively a branch, but we usually recommend to go with a subsidiary. So that's the first possibility of setting up in Vietnam. The advantage is that you're already present in the corporate structure. You have your own directors, your own shareholder or shareholders, and it's a clean and clear corporate structure. The second possibility that we from time to time offer to our clients, and that has the advantage of going faster for the setup, is to use local temporary nominee Vietnamese to set up the company, open its bank account. This way it's usually done fast. We can complete the setup within 1 month to 6 weeks. The main disadvantage of that strategy is that thereafter you need to transfer the shares and directorships from the nominee to your preferred shareholder and director, and that takes also from 3 to 4 months. So that's basically the two main ways of setting up a business in Vietnam. So that also depends a little bit on the two different ways to set up a company in Vietnam that I just mentioned. But let's say that you go with the first way, that is to see really foreign-owned subsidiary from the start. The first step will be to engage us, of course, to prepare incorporation forms, the power of attorney, enabling us to submit the application on your behalf. You will need then to apostille or legalize all the documents of the shareholders and directors overseas, courier all the paperwork to Vietnam, so usually Ho Chi Minh City. We will file the application, get a certificate of incorporation, get a so-called investment certificate, then assist you to get the bank account without having to travel to Vietnam for a meeting with the bank. And when everything is done, you can start trading. Well, so usually Vietnam is chosen because, as you know, there's tensions between the USA and China. The trade wars that started during Trump and actually earlier than Trump. So very often a way to mitigate such uncertainties is to choose Vietnam to relocate some operations currently taking place in China, because Vietnam, which is by the way surprising due to the past history between the two countries, but enjoys an increasingly good relationship with the USA and also, by the way, European markets. So it's correct that Vietnam used to be called miracle economy, mainly because so that was, and it still is, by the way, a developing country with one of the lowest GDP per capita that you have in Southeast Asia. And the countries in the 90s and 2000s, thanks to foreign investment, managed to really level up the income of its population and also to integrate into the global economy. So usually clients who choose us are looking to basically save time monitoring local Vietnamese accountants, lawyers. They also are interested with us because we are a one-stop shop. We can assist with the setup of the company, but also with corporate bank account opening, assistance to complete all the annual, monthly, quarterly filings to be done for the company, for example, payroll, withholding tax, corporate income tax return, financial statements. So usually your clients would choose us because they are not looking to minimize fees. If they were looking to minimize fees, they could go with a much cheaper corporate service provider in Vietnam, but because they want to minimize the time they spent monitoring the setup of their company in Vietnam, and then monitoring that all accounting, tax, compliance, and legal obligation are timely fulfilled.